Super Smash Bros. Brawl is one of my favorite games of all time. It ignited my love for the series, but it didn't happen out of nowhere. Today I'm going to explain my history with Super Smash Bros. Brawl and why this game left such a big impact on me. I was introduced to the series by my cousin. At first I was very skeptical. As a child I was always scared of dark and mysterious games like these. One look at the box art and it was clear that this game was not messing around. Even my mom was cautious with the game. It was very eye-opening to me as a kid seeing Mario, my favorite video game character at the time, in front of a T-rated game. I was still very interested, so instead of getting Brawl, I purchased the original Smash Bros. For the N64 via the Wii Shop channel. Once I started up the game, I saw the opening cutscene and I was hooked. I played through the single player with every character and unlocked every character as well. After I completed that, all I did was play versus mode by myself over and over and over. About a week later, I asked my brother if he wanted to play with me, and after he agreed, he was also interested in the game. I explained to him that there was a version of the game on the Wii, and he told me that I had to get it. Soon enough, I finally got the game, and boy was I excited. I remember watching the opening cutscene for Brawl and being in awe. I never would have thought that a game with characters from different franchises coming together and fighting would be so freaking cool. It seemed like Nintendo took the original Super Smash Bros. And multiplied it by 1,000. But before I went into fighting computer players, I started the Subspace Emissary, and oh my gosh, where do I begin? Even to this day, I still remember starting the Subspace Emissary and being so amazed on how good the game looked. All the characters moved so smoothly, and the controls were so sensitive and crisp in a good way. Granted, I was using only a Wii remote, but still I got used to it. Every single second and every single minute of playing this game was so magical. However, what kept me going was the cutscenes. The biggest reason why I was determined to finish the Subspace Emissary was to watch the cutscenes, and they were so freaking cool. I don't want to spoil it too much just in case you haven't played it, but trust me, some of the cutscenes in this game were just so memorable and straight up intense. Even after completing Subspace, you still had the option to go back to unlock 3 more characters. These included Wolf, Toon Link, and Jigglypuff. And speaking of the characters, there were a lot of them. Because I was a Mario fanboy, I made Mario for most of my time playing Brawl. I thought all of his moves looked so cool and fun. I didn't know anything about competitive Smash at the time, so I would always set up my matches with a time limit with items. The most exciting thing about the characters at the time was that I didn't even know who some of the characters were. Like, who the heck was Lucario? And then when I found out Sonic was in the game, I freaking had a heart attack. And not only Sonic, but also Solid Snake himself. This roster was more than epic. I mostly played with CPUs, and I played so much to the point to where I learned every character's neutral moves, side specials, and final smashes. And geez, those final smashes. Some of the final smashes were kinda lame, but most of them were really cool. I always played with 3 other CPU characters and set them to level 9. I had so much fun setting up my own matches with so many characters. I'd set teams that had chemistry as well, such as Mario and Peach versus Link and Zelda, or even interesting matches such as Mario and Bowser versus Link and Ganon, while fighting in their own home stages respectively. And speaking of the stages, they were awesome. I had so much fun unlocking all the stages in Brawl. Aside all the bad stages, there were so many good ones and even stages that returned from previous titles. I would even go to the sound options in the game just so that I can make sure I listened to the right song that I liked while playing on certain stages. I never knew what song to pick because they were all so good, and trust me, the music in this game is more than iconic. Super Smash Bros. Brawl has one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard in a video game, period. As you may know, most of these songs aren't really original other than the main theme, but having Nintendo's most iconic music compiled into one game makes it that much more astonishing. Even to this day, I still get goosebumps whenever I hear a song that's burned into my mind from Brawl. Many of the songs like Boss Battle from Melee or even Calling to the Night have left such a big impact on me. Every time I listen to one of these songs, I remember playing Brawl and how much dedication and emotion I spent in this game. This series is one of the reasons why I love Nintendo. Most of the things I know about Nintendo and its franchises are literally from spending days reading the descriptions of the hundreds of unlockable trophies that you can admire. Super Smash Bros. Also sparked my interest in The Legend of Zelda, which is a series that I always put off until then. I can go on and on about Brawl, and I even hate myself for completely skipping Melee. I did of course go back to play Melee as well, and even though some may like Melee more for its competitive reputation, or for its innovation, Brawl will always have a special place in my heart. Not to say Melee was a bad game, because it was really amazing, but I grew up with Brawl, and the nostalgia factor for my admiration is definitely present. And with the announcement of Super Smash Bros. On Switch, I hope that this game will be even better than Brawl and better than Melee. Brawl is often overshadowed, but this was my history with Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. Oh yeah, and Smash 4 was also good. It had a Cloud.